Well, hey there guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And in this video we are just going to quickly practice about structures, and you're going to learn about how they are used in the practicality of programming. So if you remember, we have the same structure: student, roll number, name, and percentage. Not marks, the same, only three things. And we have the set data function using the pointer and the print data function. If you don't understand these, I'll just quickly tell you that what we are going to do here is we are going to make this pointer point to a structure, and we are directly a structure variable, and we are directly going to make changes in the values of that, of whatever it is pointing to, by this code. So this is essentially done by pointers using this. So what does this mean? That whatever stud is pointing to, get that structure's variable roll number. Whatever structure stud is pointing to will get that name. So this is what this does, this arrow operator over here. And so our problem is that the user came to us and he said that he wants to store data about the students in his class, and he's going to store roll number, name, and the percentage they have. And he said that at any given time he has maximum number of 100 students and not more than that. So here's the thing. If you remember, we can declare arrays for integer like this: int a5 to store, say, 5 integer variables together, or say 100 integer variables together. We can do that. Similarly, if we want to store many structure variables, we can declare a structure array like I have done over here. So what I have done over here, I have declared a student type of array which can store 100 students. So each element of this array, like for example we take stud 0, will have its roll number. Similarly, studs at 1 index will also have its roll number, which will be different because studs 1 and stud 0 are basically two different variables. It's just that the array helps us declare many variables in one line. So we can have a structure array, or array of a structure types as well. And now we are going to ask the input from the user that how many students does he have. So let's quickly do that. Scanf %, and we're going to take that in max students variable, max students. And if you remember, the AND is address of operator. It returns the address of the, what do we call it, of the variable. Okay, now we have the max students. So I will give a variable I for loop, and as you can see, I have taken a variable for each type of data there is in my structure. Like for example, for in RNO, I will be taking the input for the roll number. In NA, I will be taking the input for the name of the student, and in P, I will be taking the input for the percentage. So let's just quickly do that. And I'm gonna say for int I, not int I equal to 0, I is less than the max students he entered, and I plus plus. Now since I is starting from 0 and in studs 0, he will be inputting data for the first user, so we are going to print him to enter data for an integer student, basically the number of student, and we are going to say that I plus 1. So remember, this doesn't changes the value of I, it just gets the value of I, adds 1 to it, and prints it. And now we are going to ask him the roll number, printf roll number. Now we are going to take the input scanf, my typos, %, and as I said, I'm going to take the input in RNO. It's just gonna copy paste it for name and shit. So since we are taking name only the first name, so it's obvious that he will write either the space or enter after inputting only one word. So we can just, in this case, we can just do %s and take the input in name. In case you are trying to take the you are trying to input the full name of the person in one variable, firstly you will have to increase the number of characters over here and over here, and then you can just follow the while loop thingy which I taught you in the strings tutorial, and then take the input. And now we are going to take, we have taken the input name. Now we are going to input percentage NP, and this is going to be a %f because it's a float number. So this is pretty much me taking input now. Now I have to do is I have to set this data of the student we are trying to input. So we are inputting the student of first. We are taking the data of the first student, and the data of the first student will be stored in stud0, and the data of the second student will be stored in the stud1. If you have confusions with this, what you can do is you can do this 101, and you can start this with 1, and you can do this equal to, less than, equal to. Oh, sorry, less than. So now what will happen, you don't need to do this I plus 1, and now what will go is the data of the first student will be stored in stud1, the data of the second student will be stored in stud2. So if you are having problems in the stud0 storing the first student's data, you can just do that. Now we are going to set the data which user gave, and remember these parameters should match the way you are calling. So we are going to do the roll number first, then we are going to give the NA, which is for the name, and yeah, NA, and I have written name over here. So NA for name, and then we are going to give P for %, and then we are going to give the address of the stud, the student I. And this is pretty much it. Okay, so now in this function I have to make one change because I didn't set this for person, so I'm just gonna quickly change it for you guys. I'm gonna give a float for P over here for %, and similarly I'm just gonna make the same change over here, float P for %. And over here I'm going to set whatever the stud is pointing to, get its perk, and set it to P. So this is the one edit I had to do. And now in print data I'm just gonna make it a little good so that the user actually understands RNL, roll number. And now we are also going to print the percentage is equal to %.2f, and then we leave a new line, and we print stud.perk over here, stud.perk. So now that's pretty much it, and I'm going to print for, once he has completed the entering of data for all the students, I'm going to print data for all the students. And then I'm just gonna say that the printf data stored is as follows, just to show him what data he stored. Entire I is less than max students. I will go ++ 1 by 1, and then we're going to call the function print data for stud's I, our array. So it's going to take the 1 by 1 and it's going to print data for all the elements inside the array. Okay, so I made a mistake over here, it should be this. So I pretty much set for the compilation part now. So you just quickly compile it. I'm still in the type def, so I'll go cd.cd struct, and I'm going to compile gcc struct, dot C. Yeah, no errors. And then I'm just gonna make it a little larger so you can see better. And now we do is run this dot backslash a dot forward slash a dot out. Enter the max students. So let's say we only need to enter for 5 students. Enter the roll number of student 1. I1, name, Rick, percentage 90. Enter the student 2, roll number say 2, and first name Kiko. I don't know, I'm just going for random 80.4. Now I'm gonna enter roll number 50, name Rena, and percentage 99.99 because girls are intelligent as fucking. I'm sorry for cursing. The girls are just intelligent as hell, and they mugging up and giving the exam stuff. They always score in where I live, so that's why. And 60, and this guy is going to be named Josh, and he's going to be having 80.78%. Student 5 will have say 10 roll number, and he will have name for what's the name of the student? Viola, and she is into bad stuff, so she is scoring 70.55. So here's, you see, it stores me the data stored is as follows: roll number 1, name Rick, percentage 90. Roll number 2, name Kiko, percentage 80.4. So it's just too clumsy, so let's just make the printing a bit good. So we are going to remove these backslash n's. We're just going to keep this, the last new line character, and after just leaving the new line, we are going to separate the data of each student by a line, backslash n, and then we are going to save it and compile it. Now I'm going to quickly do this stuff for only 3 students. 3 students, roll number 1, name Rick, percentage 98.2. Roll number 2, name Ricardo, percentage 40.4455, whatever. Roll number 90, name Zion, percentage 80.67. And as you can see now, it prints a little better. Roll number 1, name Rick, percentage 98.2. Roll number 2, name Ricardo, percentage 40.55. Roll number 90, name Zion, percentage 80.67. And it will also work for 100 students because the maximum number of students we have allowed is 100. So this is how you use structures in programming to store data. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any doubts, please leave it in the comment section below. I hope you coded with me, guys, because this is important. I'm just gonna scroll down slowly so you can see the code. And then I'm also gonna minimize it once so you can just see what I want. Yeah, that's too small. So anyways, you just saw the whole code right now over here. Just pause the video anywhere you feel like. And I'm just gonna end it here. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.